welcome to today's Asset exclusive interview featuring two figures shaping the landscape of the South African commercial property sector. We've got Jason Green, GM of Property Finance, Fedgroup, and of course Ivan Pretorius, CEO and founder of Alleyroads. Gentlemen, welcome. We're here to delve into the landmark development that is poised to strengthen the commercial property sector. Fedgroup's recent 1 billion rand financing agreement with Alleyroads Group, and the significant collaboration highlights not only the scale and the credibility of Fedgroup, but also the innovative approach of Alleyroads as a leading residential and retail and student accommodation developer, and so on and so forth.
100%.
Excellent. So my first question is, just to throw it out there, is what makes Fedgroup's recent financing agreement with Alleyroads Group significant for the South African property industry?
Thanks. Well, firstly, thanks for having us. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you, and Ivan, always good to spend time with you. So we've been looking forward to this. I think it's about bringing Fedgroup to the fore in terms of us saying, listen, we are very much here to support, entrepreneurs and really interesting organizations that are on a very exciting trajectory. We want to support guys who are doing positive impact, be that through commercial property finance or our broader business, whatever it may be, and we had the fortunate, opportunity to come along, Ivan, and seeing the fantastic growth that they've had in recent years and really get behind them in doing what they do best. It's allowed us to participate in a segment of the market that we think is very interesting. We think is perhaps in its infancy in terms of where it could get, and we see that, with a couple of these forums, Zamra and the like, sort of coming together, and you contrast that with what's kind of happened globally, and it's it very much supports the investment thesis, and the nature of the asset class, the nature of the operator is exactly what we want to do. We have the wonderful opportunity of coming alongside, so it's a partnership in our view, and we're excited.
Excellent. And how did it all come about?
Well, I think it started probably about a year ago. Jason met one of our partners, and we sort of had lots of discussions around how this product would come across and how the deal would be structured. And subsequent to that, over there, it's been back and forth, sort of going through an acquisition of total of, I think, 68 different buildings across the country, in various fields or asset classes, specifically residential affordable housing, and in students in the East London and Eastern Cape region. It's been a nice engagement process with the whole team. Attorneys obviously working quite closely with us, working us through the system. And I think the last disbursements happened, I think, probably yesterday or today.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
So it's been a wonderful experience, and we're looking to do similar deals and grow from there.
Yeah.
And I think the approach from Fedgroup was probably what sparked the whole sort of thing to take it forward, because a lot of the funders that we work with are they see the vision, they see the proposal, but they work within a box with certain box types. And with Fedgroup, there was a lot of grace that was given to us to work outside of the box, but definitely create what I think Jason deems as 100% partnership, because funders need to become your clients' partners. You can't just be a numbers person or just being a funder. You've got to be a partnership, because there are going to be ups and downs, and partners work together.
Yeah, that's it. Precisely. No, I think he's hit the nail on the head there. Yeah, exciting.
How does sustainable energy solutions impact the South African property industry, and in terms of what you guys are doing?
So I think we touched on it to an extent. There's that ability to shield consumers, occupiers, people who drive our economy, from not only blackouts, but from tariff increases. I mean, we've seen, NERSA over the past, 10 years is significant increases relative to CPI and the like, and that OPEX is weighing heavily on the commercial property market. So the ability to support those businesses at the end of the day, while these things can be capital intensive, there are a lot of structures, that financiers, EPCs and the like can put forward, whether it's rooftop rentals or ISAs, whatever it may be, to help kind of mitigate that. And as we kind of go forward, I think there's been a very recent significant surge we've all kind of seen, be it residential, be it commercial, in terms of what's happening over there. I think affordability is coming into play to an extent. We need that business confidence back, and I think we'll see that continue. we're seeing the benefit perhaps in terms of recent kind of load shedding and
Yeah.
a lull there, but also you see 65 billion rand with the diesel burns, so
Yep.
there's clearly still plenty scope for this to come in. And at the end of the day, it's about hedging that risk. There's a life cycle repayment to this kind of thing, but you're going to really gain that benefit in 5 years' time. That's where again, if your assets in terms of is energy secure, your tenants are going to look at you, they're going to look at the building next door, and it's going to be an absolute no-brainer.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where we see it. Also importantly, there's a yield impact in terms of these assets. There's a value creation story here. So if you're pegging your OPEX, if you're running a valuation on these assets on a DCF, whatever it may be, and you're able to hedge against NERSA increases, etc., there's a NOI kind of impact which drives the value of these assets. And that's, again, a big part of their strategy and why we like what they're doing in that space and we want to support them.
Definitely.
What distinguishes Fedgroup, your approach to property finance, from that of other institutions? Because I've watched a couple of YouTube clips on your website, and there certainly is a difference the way you guys go about your business. Maybe you just want to add a little bit of color
Absolutely.
to that.
I appreciate that. So, look, I think we're an independent FSP. We are sector agnostic. We are not everything to everyone. That's quite simply the way we play. We are opportunistic where we find opportunities, again, to come along the right kind of people doing the right things. And that's where we want to play. We want to play in something that does drive a meaningful impact, something that's got a good, substantial kind of investment thesis behind it, and we want to be part of the value equation. The nature of our funding generally can differ from what's available in the broader kind of markets, be that through structuring of our amortization or repayment terms or whatever it may be. I mean, the funding that we raise is 100% hedged, for instance,
Yes.
and that allows us to give certainty to our borrowers, over the facility term and have that ability to manage that risk. So there's lots of things that we can do in terms of applying our ability, capabilities, in this respect. It's basically built it up over 33 years. It's something that is a big foundation of our business, and it's something which we are enjoying the opportunity of scaling, in recent years. I mean, we for instance, Alleyroads, we had our first kind of Fedgroup in Alleyroads 2018. We transacted, and again, we had the benefit of seeing this business grow, over that period, and how lovely they were able to continue to support that and really help them, reach their aspirations.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to actually elaborate on the commitment to offering bespoke financing, I mean, there are a couple of things I picked up here. I mean, reasons to partner with Fedgroup, up to 75% of LTV loan. I mean, that's high.
Sure. Look, it's
your responsiveness.
Sure.
Your interest-only terms.
Sure.
That sort of thing. I mean, that's
very much part of
you're offering a different.
Yeah. It's where we play. I think every transaction is viewed in its own particular light, of course. I mean, there's in terms of the regulations, we have very specifics in terms of our limitations or our covenants and kind of where we can play.
Yep.
And then we look to assess the asset, assess the counterparty, understand their investment thesis, what is their strategy, and then we build the bespoke solution that helps them get there. So I think those are very much kind of indications of where we can get to, but it's always going to be a particular asset view, counterparty view. And at the end of the day, like I said, we're not everything to everyone. That's just the nature of where we play, because we're trying to build a very sustainable book. In a market that has been flat-ish for 5 years. I think we can all kind of acknowledge that, generally, broad strokes. But there are pockets of outperformance. Yeah. There are sectors where there is a very strong investment case, and that's where we want to participate, where we want to play. So we would rather wait, sit, and when the right deal comes along, get right behind and go.
So, I mean, what is your recommendation? Somebody listening, reading this, watching the YouTube video, I mean, what is your recommendation to other property developers out there who would go, okay, well, Fedgroup seem quite innovative and quite different, and what would you be saying to them to
Absolutely.
Come to you guys.
Give us a crack. We're open for business. We're looking to continue to grow our book, and we're able to structure unique solutions. That being said, we must ensure that we are building our book sustainably. We're looking for good jockeys. We're looking for good operators, good opportunities. We are that's the segment we want to play. It's a niche segment generally.
Is it all sectors you're looking at? Or
all sectors, yeah.
All sectors.
So sector agnostic. I think the only thing we won't finance is someone's primary residence, but residential rental stock, all those kinds of things. That's perfect.
Sure.
Anything income generating. I mean, this is commercial property.
Of course.
That's particularly where we play. But yeah, sector agnostic, opportunistic. Where can we understand the opportunity, get behind the jockey, and assuming that all makes sense, then it's about how can we structure a solution.
Well, it sounds like the traditional banks have a lot to learn.
They definitely do. They definitely do. I mean, a R1 billion deal done in I think it took you 6 weeks.
Yeah, to approval, yeah.
And I mean, at the end of the day, then from there it was all the legalities, and that's where the time was spent. But it was rather have a fast yes or fast no than have the matter drag out.
I think the private sector are very innovative to change. Sadly, the government isn't.
Yeah.
And so if we could just get a meeting of minds here, it'd be fine. But there's a lot of rebuilding that needs to take place.
Exactly that. And unfortunately, we have people doing that good work.
Yeah.
And that's who we want to support.
No, fantastic. And your partnership with Alleyroads, I think, is indicative of that. So well done, gents.
Congrats.